Good morning once again, and like Coach Fobb said, excited to be here. Glad that this is the start of another season and very excited about this year. Talking about Virginia Lynchburg, Coach Fobb already had mentioned that don't know a great deal about those guys, but had an opportunity to watch some film on those guys, and we do anticipate they have a guy, number 99, that has been playing with them for a while, appeared to be a good football player, and we know those guys are going to be coached up just like our guys are going to be coached up. So we do have him listed as an impact player. Number 23, a defensive back that played with them for the last 2 years. We have him listed as an impact player. But most importantly, what we want to do, we just want to get our chemistry going and make sure that we can come out and execute and do the things that we are capable of doing, and not so much concerned about what Virginia Lynchburg is going to do, what Grambling State University is going to do.
Coach, what does Kincaid bring that you see some similarities with Jonathan Williams?
Well, I try not to compare guys because each guy is going to have their own makeup, but I think he brings a lot of athleticism with him, and he's a guy that very, very knowledgeable of the offense that we're running. Not that he played in it, but he played in a similar style. But I think he's going to bring leadership like Jonathan did. I think he's going to bring athleticism like Jonathan did, and I think he's a guy that has a wealth of talent. So it's just a matter of time. But you know, no two individuals will ever be the same. So we just got to play upon his strength and let him lead our offense.
I was at practice, I believe it was Friday, you were kind of screaming out to the guys, you know, Lynchburg isn't going to come in here and lay down for y'all. How do you feel the team is focused heading into the opener against a team that you don't know much about?
I think they're showing a good focus, but you got to always put in the back of your mind, these guys are saying where we should and what we should do, but my main thing is I want us to play well. I want us to execute, so I don't want them to think that because of the opponent that we have a free pass. We got to play every weekend. We got to get better as we go. So I'm not going to let those guys, I guess in a lack of better words, slip up. So we got to be prepared. But I like the focus of the guys. They're really focused at what we got to do, our task, because, I mean, let's face it, we didn't end the season last year on a good note.
On that note, you keep mentioning focus, and Coach Fobb said the big goal for the year is finishing strong. Is that kind of echoed? Do you echo those statements?
Absolutely, I absolutely do, because that's the sour taste in my mouth. I mean, we had a great year, but regardless of how many games you win, if you don't win the big one, the year is no longer there. No one acknowledged the second place team, and I thought our kids played well, but we didn't show up and do the things that we were capable of doing in the championship game. So that focus right now is like he said, one game at a time. And right now it just happened to be Virginia Lynchburg.
The mentality of finishing strong, how did that drive you guys through fall camp?
Well, not only did it drive us through fall camp, it drove us through the spring, through the summer, because we know we had to get to this point right here that we all been waiting for. But I think it gave us a sense of urgency to know what the task is at hand and what we can do and what we should do.
How will the wide receiver corps operate Saturday without Chad out there?
I think we have some guys that are very capable. We have Verlin Hunter that's been around with Chad. Him and Chad came in together. It's a huge loss, but our motto is next man up. So the next guy is going to get an opportunity to do what he always been saying, I can do what Chad do. So now you get that opportunity. But we should be fine.
Who are you most looking forward to maybe getting that opportunity that they wouldn't have had if Chad were to have started?
Well, I think you have Devontae Davis that's been in the program now going on his third year, and he was a promising kid that we thought should help us last year, but, you know, injury set him back. So I look forward for him to step up. But Verlin Hunter is a guy that's been in a lot of football games. We got Dominique Lee, another guy that's been in a lot of football games. The two guys that we're going to try to bring along this year here is Devontae Davis and Devon Lindsay. Those two guys should be able to step up and make some plays for us.
What about the two transfers you have? I'm sure this is a game where you'd like to get them some reps.
I absolutely, I would like to get those guys some reps, but I think we're gonna play a core of 6 to 8 receivers. So I look for the rotation to be pretty good and strong, and I think those guys should. But we have some freshmen that you're very aware of. We have a kid that's from right up the street. You talk about Geis. He's a guy that I look to see what he's capable of doing as well.
Where do the transfers fit in that rotation?
We'll find out Saturday. But they're going to play a strong role because they're veterans and those guys played. So it kind of helps us to where sometimes when you come in with the, I don't like to say twos because we don't have twos. I look at all guys as being starters, but when we come in with the twos, we're not going to take a step down. Still should get some of the same thing.
How is the running back core looking? Is everybody healthy? We know that the first two were there, but how's the reserves coming up, and how's the running back core looking as a whole?
I think the running back core is real strong with the presence of Justin Kelly and Martez Carter. Those guys, we know what those two guys can do, but I like what Dre Fusilier have brought to the game, and we got another young guy that came in this year here that we saw in the spring, Ellis Jones, that is similar to Carter. So we got kind of like two guys that, kind of resemble one another. We got Jones to resemble Carter, and we got Fusilier to resemble Kelly. So I feel real good about that position. Just have to continue to work.
You've got a group of some young offensive linemen in the game. Jay Manning II, and I saw him getting some reps and some other players. How's the offensive line looking?
It's stronger. It's stronger. Those guys now have played together for 3 years with some missing piece, have left. But I feel good because we do have Jay Manning, and he's come along rather good for us. But also a guy, William Waddell, he's gonna start for us as a true freshman. It's gonna be our second year having a true freshman to start, but feel real comfortable with that guy starting for us. I think he's ready to go. The biggest thing that's probably going to catch him is our tempo. For us, the knowledge of assignment, he's there and he's physical. He's a guy that's a true offensive lineman, but those freshmen, it's just going to be the tempo. But we're going to try to get all those guys some reps where they can find out what type of tempo we play in and see the speed of the game. And I look for those guys to make an adjustment and be ready to play.